What's the deal, baby? Y'all already know it is the big boss how boss dog cake poke through the door. Here to talk this boxing. So, Teofimo López Sr. Man, both of them boys is snorting that weed. Let's talk about it. So, I was watching Mill City Boxing. I'm actually subscribed to his channel. You know, he got some good stuff. I've actually seen his stuff, but I haven't like really just watched it. But I see this Teofimo López interview, right? So I'm listening to it, you know, and I don't know what's wrong with Buddy. Let's dissect it. So they bring up Devin Haney. The question was asked about Devin Haney. He didn't bring up Devin Haney. Devin Haney was brought up to him, okay? And this is Teofimo López Sr., and I'm posting a link in the description. So Teofimo López Sr. talks about an old sparring match they had with Devin, right? Because the guy was basically like, hey, look, you know, if Devin is successful with Lomachenko and he moves up, would that be basically in other words, he's saying, would they fight Devin Haney? And he basically saying, look, we got their number. Based off of sparring, right? Now, I got to throw this in there. I don't believe nothing Teofimo López Sr., Jr., Grandpa, I don't believe nothing they say because they be, you know, they be lying. You know, they be lying and the stuff they be talking about be gone. Like, you be like, bro, that don't make sense. Now, granted, it may have happened, but, you know, I don't believe that, you know, Teofimo hurt Devin Haney. It's very possible. Like I said, I wasn't there. I don't know. But it's just hard for me to believe them because they lie all the time. They say stuff that you be like, what? Prime example. Teofimo López Jr. sat there and said he slipped against George Kambosos. He sat there and said he won all the rounds against George Kambosos. Stop playing, bro. Like, so these are the things that I'm talking about, right? Now, he says that Devin won't fight Teofimo because he knows that Devin Haney knows that Teofimo has his number. If I remember correctly, Teofimo López was the one asking for $10 million to fight Devin Haney. Devin Haney was going to Teofimo López wanting to fight Teofimo López. Okay? He wanted to fight Teofimo. They was trying to make that fight happen. Teofimo López said, I want $10 million. What you need $10 million for? You ain't did nothing in the sport at that time to get $10 million. It's fighters that have fought better competition, have a way better resume than Teofimo. They ain't even got $10 million. The fighters I know that can give you $10 million is Canelo, Floyd, and Manny Pacquiao. The big three. Them the ones that can give you $10 million. Other than that, I don't know what to tell you, player. So, you see how I say how they fib and they make up stuff? Right? That's one thing. Okay? Second thing. He's talking about how him, Teofimo López Jr. and Josh Taylor is the best fight of this year. He was like, nobody else is fighting each other. Now, I don't know what he meant. I don't know if he meant by at 140. If he talk about at 140, okay, you can make that argument, right? Right? You can sit there and say that. But if he talking about period in boxing, that's cap. We just watched the biggest fight in boxing. That was Tank versus Ryan. Okay? That's what it is. All right? Now, he's complaining about money. He talking about he getting $2 million to fight, you know, and all that. And let me tell you something. Teofimo López has lost against George Kambosos. Okay? He lost. Not only lost, it wasn't a close loss. He got the brakes beat off of him in that fight. Okay? He got exposed. All right? He showed that his IQ is really not on that level. Right? So, Of course you're going to take a pay cut when you lose. In your last 2 fights, you ain't looked impressive like that. Right? You fought a Sandor Martin that was, Sandor Martin beat Mikey Garcia, but Sandor Martin really ain't. He nice, but he ain't elite. You know what I'm saying? Teofimo López is hanging on to that Lomachenko win, that one fight, right? That one fight, he hanging on it, and his dad's calling his son the GOAT. Yeah, if he beat Josh Taylor, he'll be the GOAT. No, he won't. He don't even have names on his resume. He ain't even fighting killers like that. What are you talking about? These are the things that I'm talking about, that they snorting that weed. They ain't smoking it, they snorting it. I don't smoke weed, I snort it. That's what they doing. They snorting weed, cocaine, fentanyl, liquid, heroin. They snorting heroin too. They doing all that. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. And I see where Teofimo get that stuff from. He get it from his dad, bro. The boy mind is gone out of there, in outer space. NASA gotta go up there and find it. You feel me? Like, it's crazy. It's ludicrous, the stuff they be saying. He also sat there and said that they gave the belts to Devin Haney. He sat there and said they gave the belts to Devin Haney. And he said the reason why Devin Haney going to fight Teofimo, because he was waiting for Teofimo to lose so he could fight George Kambosos. That's what he said. You listen to that again. He said they gave the belts to Devin Haney. He said Devin Haney waited until Teofimo López lost to George Kambosos, and then he went and fought George Kambosos because he knew George Kambosos was going to be an easier fight than Teofimo. I gotta say this, right? Last time I checked, and I watched that fight, Teofimo got outclassed by George Kambosos. Got outclassed. It wasn't close. He got outclassed by George Kambosos. Devin Haney outclassed George Kambosos. So what you think is going to happen to your son? Now, granted, boxing, anything can happen. Styles make fights. But you're going to be relying on landing a big punch to hurt Devin Haney. That's what you're going to be relying on. Because you ain't going to be able to use no IQ. Teofimo López Jr. does not have high IQ in boxing. He don't. He's a one-trick pony. He relies on his power. And that's it. He don't have no... That's the reason why George Kambosos was able to beat him. The reason why he was able to beat Lomachenko is because he got power. Lomachenko don't do well with power. That's just what it is. Right? That's what it is. He had an excellent game plan. He was spot on against Lomachenko that night. He dotted his I's across his T's. But then he started getting beside himself. Right? Got called spade to spade. Started getting beside himself. And when he fought George Kambosos, he thought, I was just going to come in here and knock him out. And George Kambosos outclassed him. Knocked him down. Bust Teofimo López open. All that. I'm telling you, if Devin Haney get in there with Teofimo López, Devin Haney gonna embarrass Teofimo López. I'm telling you that right now. Devin Haney will embarrass Teofimo López. I ain't saying he's gonna stop him, but he gonna embarrass him. He gonna outclass him. Teofimo López IQ ain't on that level, bro. I told y'all, it's levels in this boxing game. Keep telling y'all this. Y'all be falling in love with fighters because y'all like them. We looking at the skill. We looking at the IQ. Teofimo, IQ-wise, Devin Haney, IQ in boxing, if we had to compare it to school, that boy would be in what's that classes you take when you don't take regular classes? Devin Haney is on a honor roll level, elite level. Teofimo López is more on a I'm barely making it through school level. That's the level Teofimo López is on. I'm barely making it through school. Like he just getting by. That's the level that Teofimo López is on. You see what I'm saying? So like I keep saying, at the end of the day, we call a spade a spade. Teofimo López and his daddy just need to be quiet, bro. And fight. Stop all that talking. You lowering your stock every time you talk. They don't realize how much of a fool they look like when they talk. They saying stuff that don't make sense. You feel me? It's ludicrous. It's crazy. I'm going to post a link in the description. Y'all watch it. It's like 5 minutes long. Let me know what y'all think. Let's go.